Symbolism in the Order of the Eastern Star, just for members. Symbolism of the flowers. In our organization, it's common to use certain flowers to represent attributes or to transmit certain vibrations through their colors. Their shapes, aromas, positively impress our senses. It is possible that all of these sensations wake up in us transcendental memories, stored in that collective unconscious that C. Jung talks so much about, that we cannot yet distinguish, but that will soon wake us up for a better understanding of the symbol. Flowers, always appreciated for their beauty, have been used since time immemorial in decoration, in the preparation of baths, perfumes, and as religious offerings. They possess great symbolism. Many traditions use flower figures to represent their secrets. Although flowers are not exclusive to any tradition because their message is universal, nevertheless, it is necessary to add that in different cultures some are more appreciated than others. However, symbolically, they correspond. Since ancient times, flowers have served as a vehicle for philosophical concepts in the oldest cultures. Floral art is believed to have been originally cultivated, possibly by monks in India. Additionally, it is known that Buddhists have the millennial custom to present floral offerings to their sacred images. These offerings have a total symbolism. Not only the flowers are considered for the flower arrangement, but their location and positioning is also important. This art was practiced in the East by a very small number of people, and its practice required patience, concentration, character, and serenity to maintain a spirit directed to divinity. Its mysteries were transmitted with the utmost discretion from master to disciple. One of the main meanings of flower symbolism, according to René Guénon, is that they refer to the feminine principle. The flowers are elements that, when opening, offer the idea of enlightenment, perceived through the teachings they represent. The flower is a symbol of the world. By the quantity of its petals, it's also associated with the wheel of things or with the wheel of life. Violets, for example, have a great meaning. They bloom in the spring, which alludes to youth. The violet plant produces tiny purple flowers. It is bonded indoors and does not demand too much care, which is why it is said to embody obedience and submission. It symbolizes inner beauty, nobility, loyalty. The violet is considered the flower of fidelity and balance of feelings. In ancient Rome, it was believed that violets were the product of the gods' tears that fell down to the earth. For their part, the Greeks considered the violet coloration as a symbol of the death and resurrection of human life. Violet is associated with spirituality, sacrifice, and conversion. It is considered the flower of transmutation that can change hate into love, chaos into harmony, the negative into the positive, and make light shine in the dark. Yellow jasmine is a flower that symbolizes humility because although beautiful with beautiful yellow petals, it has little aroma. The yellow jasmine alludes to friendship because it blooms in pairs. It represents joy, happiness, intelligence, and energy. Yellow jasmine has the property that even in the most adverse conditions, snow for example, it survives, perhaps as a symbol of true friendship. Its foliage is strong as the bonds of a sincere and solid friendship. Like true friendship, yellow jasmine resists all adversities, which is why it symbolizes perseverance. Like a true friendship, it survives in times of joy or misfortune. Lilium candidum is the scientific name for the well-known white lily. This flower represents innocence, spirituality, purity, and virginity. The white lily symbolizes royalty. An old 12th century miniature shows Emperor Frederick Barbarossa holding a lily-shaped scepter. In heraldry, its symbolic representation is known as the fleur-de-lis, used in shields and banners representing a brotherhood of knights of those times, uniting its peers under a symbol, reminding them their feats, virtues, and lineage. Lilies are associated with Mary, representing her as Queen of Heaven. Tradition refers that the Archangel Gabriel gives the Virgin Mary the lily of the Annunciation. White lilies symbolize the resurrection of Christ. The flower manifests 6 petals. In numerology, the number 6 represents the divinity. Orígenes expresses that lilies are the flower from those searching for deepness and researching more secret realities. On the other hand, ferns are plants that do not have flowers or seeds, but need the presence of water to complete their biological cycle. Interestingly, their leaves are shaped like feathers, which alludes to spirit and thought. Ferns represent the color green. They are considered the oldest group of plants. They symbolize trust. They are plants that augur prosperity. The fern of St. John festivals is a symbol of the summer solstice. It represents hope, richness, and the hidden protections. Ferns are considered by many people to be magical herbs. They are included in all flower arrangements for their protective properties. In ancient times, it was believed that the fern had the ability to attract rain and good luck. Ferns are considered plants fallen from the sky, similar to the golden branch that Virgil immortalized in the Aeneid. Additionally, the ferns remind us of the acacia of modern masonry, a pledge of resurrection and immortality. Consequently, it is associated with Easter. The red rose has a connotation towards feminine. It is considered the queen of flowers in a yard, represents the color red. The rose is identified with spirituality, love, and passion. Because of its color, it reminds us of our human condition, the energy of our heart. The rose is a symbol of quintessence. It is associated with universal love, represents strength, rebirth. According to a Greek legend, the rose came from the blood of Adonis, and the ancient Turks believed, for their part, that it had arisen from the blood of Venus. Since ancient times, the rose has been used in the elaboration of appreciated perfumes and cosmetic products, because due to its aroma, the rose is undoubtedly the queen of fragrances. In India, roses are used in some religious ceremonies, and in the West they are made into beautiful offerings. Its perfume is believed to harmonize environmental energies. It is undeniable that everything and everyone has an aroma, like a mark imposed by our Creator. Perhaps the subtle aroma of roses added to our own allows us to get closer to our spiritual essence, facilitating communication with the Supreme Being. The lily of the valley, also called flower of love, is a symbol of purity as well as of the future. Because of its appearance of small, cascading flowers, it is called Tears of Solomon, in relation to the tears that the mythical king supposedly shed when lamenting his mistakes. They allude to the repentance necessary to reconcile us with the Creator. The lily of the valley symbolizes the return to life, to happiness, to harmony and peace. It symbolizes Jesus' soul and body, the resurrection and life. It is the presentation that the wife makes to her beloved in Song of Songs. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. It is said that the Song of Solomon is an analogy that actually speaks of the marriage between the soul and the spirit, between the I and the self, the sacred marriage between earth and heaven that geometrically is expressed by two interlocking triangles, one being the reflection of the other, represents innocence, modesty, delicacy, and tenderness. Saint Bernard of Clairvaux associates the Mother of Jesus with the beloved Song of Songs, who refers to herself as the lily of the valleys. The whiteness of the flower reflects the purity of the one that is immaculate since conception, which is why, perhaps, in Spain, it is known as the Lily of Our Lady. For many, flowers and their colors carry a message implicit. Generally, the red ones convey a feeling of love and passion. Blue flowers carry a message of peace and loyalty. Yellow transmits distance, friendship, joy. White implies purity, spirituality. Red carnations mean suffering of love. Yellow carnations, arrogance and pride. Yellow chrysanthemums, contempt and death. Yellow rose, friendship. Red geranium, stupidity. Giant sunflower, arrogance. Hydrangeas, coldness and distance. Lavender, distrust. Magnolia, love of nature. Narcissus, selfishness. Damask rose, brilliance. These are just some of the many meanings that flowers hold.